The Chicago Bears have a ball hawk that just proved everyone wrong. And that ball hawk is Jalen Johnson that we all know and love. And say what you will about him. Is he the best corner in the league? I personally think so. And I'm going to support that shortly. Should he have been in that top 100 list? I think everybody knows the answer to that. But guess what? The Bears have a 6-time Pro Bowler on this team in Keenan Allen. He's seen his share of cornerbacks, right? And he can't really understand what the league's players were thinking when they voted this time on the top 100 list. On top of that, this dude has not caught a pass against him in camp, not even one. And I'm going to go to this story on si.com. You guys check it out just to kind of support this. And I always want to give credit. So I want to get into the character of Jalen Johnson as well, the quality of the person that this young man is, and that'll be at the end of the show. But let's get back to his on-field performance. So Keenan Allen, he's the highest ranked Bears player in the NFL top 100 list. He came in at 51, and he has a message for the league's players who voted on it. It's kind of like what Jalen Johnson expressed when he said bull to being left off the list. So we're looking at Allen now. He's in his 12th season. He's been working with the Bears since the start of this year's offseason practice, and he sees one player who he's gone against who he's learned to be a truly superior player on the field. And to hear it straight from Allen, I probably would say Jalen for sure. I haven't had a catch on him. Something always goes wrong. I don't know what it is, man. I'm going to get to him, though, tomorrow, one-on-ones maybe. So we're looking at Jalen Johnson. He may be the best coverage corner in the league. I think he is. You can call me a honer, a homer. What's a honer? I don't know. You guys, this gets weird sometimes. But, man, the numbers sure tell a pretty supportive story. And if we look at this, head coach Matt Eberflus, he applauded Johnson for his improved understanding of his role within this scheme. And also, he's had so much more ball production, and he responded to the challenge last year. Frankly, he was in a situation to put up or shut up, and this is how he earned the bag that he got this season. $76 million, and that's a 2024 through 27 extension. He signed a 4-year, $76 million contract with the Chicago Bears, and that included $20 million as a signing bonus, 51.4 guaranteed. Average annual salary comes in at about 19. But the best part of all this front office just does it well. It's a contract that didn't even reset the market. And once again, a pivotal player stitched up with a deal that'll look like a bargain within a year. This front office has structured these contracts so well. And with that being said, let's get to some of the proof, right? Let's get back to what this guy did last year. On the season, this guy was almost unbeatable. He gave up just 25 catches all year, 195 yards, only 1 touchdown, and he also notched 4 interceptions and 6 pass breakups. And if you actually watch the game, there were several interceptions that he just didn't pull in, kind of dropped them, kind of misjudged them. This season could have been easily a 7-pick season on top of the coverage numbers. Just a sick year. And more on that, 195 yards. Those 195 yards were the fewest in the NFL, and that's per PFF. This is what I love the most. He led the NFL in passer rating allowed when he was targeted, and that was at 33.3. For comparison, you get a passer rating of 39.6 if you just spike the ball on every snap. So think about that. Statistically, quarterbacks are better off just throwing the ball in the dirt than trying to beat Johnson by this metric. Just absolutely insane. And he was named second team All-Pro, earned himself a big payday in a contract season. Just a well-deserved contract. And if Allen can't make a catch against this cornerback, it must be a talented coverage player indeed. And this is a receiver in Keenan Allen. Career 904 catches, 10,530 yards, 59 touchdowns. This dude knows coverage. And to hear a little more from Allen, he's patient. He plays his assignment well. He knows routes. He squats, which means he like sits on routes. So he's always looking to make a pass breakup or something like that. And he doesn't like anyone to catch the ball on him. He's greedy in that way. That's a very good thing. So just such a good competitor. And this is just Alan just talking about Jalen Johnson. And typically he doesn't talk a lot, but when he was asked about this top 100 snub, this is what he had to say. I mean, it is what it is. Year in and year out, you get kind of the same guys. So once he gets in one time, it just happens like that. So, I mean, and the top 100 rating, sure, it's disrespect, but it just goes to show that Jalen Johnson is better than anyone even realizes. And there's a little insight on the offense provided by Allen as well during this interview. He likes what he sees, but there's some nuance to running it well. They are in a same scheme, even though it has the same base. And it's just a subtle hint as well to me as a reminder that we're so blessed to have a player like Jalen Johnson. He anchors the secondary, a huge part of the defense, a part of the reason that this defense will likely carry this squad. They're going to carry this squad early, at least for the first few games, as the big-time talent on offense. There's no denying that. It's going to take a little time to gel, a little time to adjust to the Shane Waldron scheme and as it runs out there. And there's just got to be time to learn how to mold all this top-tier talent into a cohesive unit. And Allen continues by saying that the receivers have had a healthy dose of Seattle Seahawks film. They've been watching it to further understand this Shane Waldron offense. As you guys know, he came from there. And even Allen admits that he's learned a lot just from watching the old film from the Seahawks. And this is to hear more from him. Obviously, seeing DK, seeing Tyler Lockett run through the plays, and then you just try to use those as kind of recommendations for how you want to run the route and just trying to see it how they saw it because they were with Waldron multiple years, and then just being able to bring it to life in my own way. And one more reason I love this player, and I promise this, I'm going to close. He's a man of faith, and you guys know me. I'm going to really respect that. And he's not afraid to leave margin in his life to grow as a man. He's someone who can put pride aside. And that's a big thing and actually translates to the field and this ability to be humble, this ability to put yourself under other people and allow them to help grow you. So important as man, so important as a man of faith, but I would argue it's also really important on the football field. And this stuff transfers over. So if we look back when he had his press conference to celebrate his contract back in March, he used it as a platform to share his journey through some really difficult stuff. And also he didn't have to do this. Like no one knew about it. And he just used this occasion with family and friends in attendance. He revealed unsolicited about how he battled a sexual addiction last year while also fighting on the field to obtain his new contract. And this is to hear straight from him. And you got to really respect this. Look, I went to therapy last season for this addiction. That was the hardest thing for me to open up to my therapist about. That is something nobody knew about. He called it at a time to reveal because it's simply necessary. He wanted to use this platform. And this is more from him. I want to say, for one, it's because I know I'm not the only one going through it, for one. Two, it's okay to go through stuff. It's okay to not be perfect. And his desire to be a better man, that took precedent of who he was on the football field. I personally believe that the two are linked. Progress as a man, progression of faith, and progress on the football field. It's just encouraging to see his transparency here. And this is a little more from him. I was worried about trying to get myself right because for me, it's bigger than contracts. I mean, me being who I need to be as a man, who I need to be as a father, as a partner, as a future husband. It's more important. And moving forward, Johnson, he feels empowered to continue his success on the field after acknowledging his addiction and going through therapy. This is a little more from him. If anything, it boosted me into being who I needed to be. Like I said, in that place of vulnerability, I had a breakthrough. I had a breakthrough with myself, and I had a breakthrough on the football field. I wouldn't say it affected me playing. If anything, it boosted me to be who I know I am. And he just has something to overcome too now. Mainly, he'll need to overcome the complacency that a lot of times is associated with getting a big contract. And that's an important question too. So let's hear it from him on this. I mean, the contract changes some people, but I'm not one of those. The reason is he has more to live up to than just the cash. For me, I still got to prove to myself. And I mean, just goals just continue to be set and you set new ones. The money does not stop the hunger. And this is what I like about this player too. He's hungry, he's humble, he's smart, he's willing to take instruction, he's willing to grow. I mean, there are so many good things about this player besides just being a ball hawk. And Keenan Allen can attest to how he is in camp. It looks like he is full bore, not changing a single thing about his play after getting this bag in the offseason. And I'm so happy for him. We're super blessed to not only have these receivers, but also these high character guys, even in our secondary. It is going to be great. You guys looking forward to the game on Saturday, I believe, against the Bills. Preseason action is upon us, and I couldn't be more happy to watch it with you. So bear down, you guys. Thanks for always being here, and we'll talk soon. See ya.